gram of serious intensity into that session. So there's a term called fartlek training, right? And it's like interval training, where you raise the heart rate and the rest periods are low, and you raise the heart rate and the rest periods are low. So essentially what's happening is your body's learning to recover quicker. So when your body's learning to recover quicker, essentially you can go longer. You understand what I'm saying? So how I find that works best for anything I is involved in this is if we have the session for a short period, for an hour, and we do, say, men are doing 3 minutes at a time, and you give them 50 seconds rest, and their session's moving on. And you'll see that they're wrecked, they're absolutely shattered. But the session's done in an hour, and they're flat on their feet. If you have a session for 2 hours, and you're just going through the motions, you're really not, you're not getting much effect out of that session. So try and keep your session having structured. You can do the next drill, and everything's a high intensity. Usually if you're doing a minute, the best way to gauge this is if you're doing a minute on in a drill, give them 30 seconds rest. Just to give it the half, alright? And you'll find that 20 minutes into your session, you'll be out in their feet. Like. But that'll work, that'll pay dividends for you at the end. Like. And I'll try to keep the sessions under an hour. Now, some people might say a game lasts 60 minutes plus injury time. How can you train for that? You know, if you're not training over an hour, which is a very valid point too. If you're doing the thing properly within that hour, at the intensity, because you'll never be playing a game at that intensity if you're doing your session at. You know, if you're structured right, your training session should be, it's like a boxer. A boxer fighting 12 rounds will train 18 rounds. You know, you can train beyond what he has to do. And football's no different. You train beyond what you have to do. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. 2 weeks ago, New York done a session in this place that I knew they were well capable of doing. They had busted their guts, and the last 2 weeks it was sort of a mindset to see, you know, I knew their bodies were physical and fit enough, and I took them to the line as far as their fitness. But sometimes people have to stand outside their comfort zones to be better than what they are. So I knew that I would do a session to replicate a game scenario, which is tomorrow, which would be 70 minutes normal time. Alright? So we've done a session here, we've done 35 minutes, we had a break. We've done another 35 minutes, and we were doing it, and I mean it was brutal stuff. Like, these guys were vomiting over the night, and it was a serious intensity. And their bodies, they basically thought their bodies had hit the wall, couldn't go anymore. So it was it was to get them in the frame of mind, we have no bother doing 70 minutes, if it's asked of us. So I called him in, and his wife's crawling in. I said, geez lads, you know what, fucking draw, it's extra time. So I had to do that. So automatically now, they're thinking beyond that. You understand what I'm saying? So they're training beyond that. I shouldn't be saying this because I'm heritage here. I'm not to know this stuff. And, you know, they now know their bodies are fit enough to do it, and their minds are fit enough to do it as well. If they've done the extra 10 minutes, no bother. So, I'll try and keep it under that.
Have you any suggestions how to keep or how to involve the very, very weak players, especially underage football? Like what we have here in New York is there's the younger ones come and they're only involved with the underage football probably because the parent wants to do it. And they'll come and they'll stand and think, you may have one or two of them players there, and you have to keep them involved. And what we do too when it comes to games, you know, they're obviously give them playing time around it.
Yes, yes.
Have you any idea or any suggestions how to bring them along?
That's actually a very good question. We all face this problem, like, you know. The way I try to think, especially with kids, is I usually base my session around the so-called weaker link, without highlighting the weaker link, if you understand. But, you know, that's realistically, like, you know, that's what you have to do. If you don't do that, that child is going to be left on one side, because it's not going to be given. So, do your sessions geared for your weakest link, like, and bring everybody along together, like. And that's easier said than done, you know. That's easier said than done. But again, like if you're setting up a session for children that aren't that well developed in their skills, like that basic session we done at the start there is very universal. Like, you know, the best players can do that at a higher intensity, and the weaker players will do it to their zone, so they're capable of doing that. So you're not really highlighting anything. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of the more advanced player and the lesser advanced player can take part in that at the same time. That'll be my way of looking at it, you know, just to try and, you have to look at your weakest link, like, you really have to look at your weakest link and try and bring that along with you, like. Definitely, your weaker players, definitely mix them in with your stronger and more advanced players. That's putting a weaker player with a weaker player is not gaining anything. Definitely not gaining anything. Take your weakest player and put him into the bunch with the more advanced players. That's how you're going to get the best out of it. And I see that all too often. The weak players, you pick two teams, the weak players who use that team. You don't want to be doing that. You want to be putting them into the setup, putting them into the better players. Because that's the only way they learn. The only way that they learn. Well, is that it?
You good? You going away tomorrow?
According to the bookies, we're not. I can well assure you, we've left no stone unturned. And the boys will be the best they can be as long as they're asking them. But I'm sure it will be the best they can be when we go out the right side of it. There's no reason why we can't. And I've said to them many times before, like, who's anybody to write the script for you? So who tells you, who's any God even right to tell you you can't do something? Why give you the right application to your training and lifestyle and make certain sacrifices and make possible again. I'm just sort of glad that they're making this tomorrow. But I shouldn't be saying this, but my hand and my heart, I know I've got 110% of the boys this year, and I know for a fact that tomorrow they will give 100%. I know that for a fact. I guarantee you that tomorrow will be a stepping stone in the way forward for doing football. That's a fact. Just hope it goes well. Listen, thanks very much for your time.
Just one more question.
Ah,
Who did your makeup in the photo here?